guys, I've been appreciating all the comments you guys have been leaving, so I wanted to spend some time to sit down and talk to you guys about some of the things you guys have been asking.
I am a good boy. Hey ladies, hey, hey babies, hey everybody. Yes, I am a good boy.
So, in the K-pop 101 idol relationship section, there's only one question that I'm gonna answer, and it's from SN Danim, and he or she asks, to what extent is everything we see manufactured? For example, the personalities of idols in variety reality TV shows, and how genuine are they? So I would have to say some idol groups are actually really manufactured. Like the companies go as far as telling them what to say on TV shows because they want them to have that 신비주의 thing, which means mysterious and kind of, hidden, so that you don't know everything about these people and you kind of have the freedom to imagine things about them. SM idol groups really tend to like to do these things, but there are also cases like Kwang Hee and Chung Eun-ji and other idol group members where their personalities show through in these reality shows on accident. It becomes an issue and people actually really like it, and the company says, you know what? That personality of yours is actually a plus to your character and persona, so go out and flaunt it, be yourself. So it really depends on what your personality is like to begin with, and if it's good, then they would ask you to be yourself. If it's not, then they would ask you to, kind of take it down a notch. Next question. This is from the K-pop audition process, and Monia Swag asks, just a question, do we have to be Asian or Korean to become a K-pop star? Now, who am I to say yes or no to this, but I'm just gonna tell you what I think. I would say no, you don't have to be Asian or Korean, but since it is a K-pop star, it's K-pop, then yes, companies do tend to pick more Koreans or Asians. But, I would say keep your options open. Even if you're not Korean or Asian, you could apply because, you don't know what they have in mind. So always, open, do whatever you want and you'll see what happens with that. Yeah. Next, Roxy Hyun asks, Kasper, can't you do a fan meeting or something like that? How do you make that face? Cool intro, by the way. Okay, yeah, I would love to do a fan meet. Do you guys want to come to Korea to see me? I mean, if you guys are up for it, then sure, I'll figure something out with Wishtrend and I'd be more than glad to do it. And maybe we could do it with all of our hosts together. Next, Humera Kaylin asks, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, can we send the entertainment and audition application per email whenever we want? Yes, you can send it through email whenever you want. And some companies actually accept mailed audition applications. If you're more on the musical side instead of like the idol-y part, it's actually better to mail stuff in personally because then they see that you put that much more effort into sending them what you have. So that's another tip. Exotic Yang asks, how long do you have to have dance videos? So I'm guessing you're asking the duration of the clip, and I'm guessing I would recommend 1 to 2 minutes because if it becomes too long, then it becomes redundant and they just want to see that you can dance and move. They're not going to expect you to have a full routine set out for them. Avin Bai asks, how do you apply for private auditions? I go to their sites, but it says nothing about private auditions, only auditions. Are they the same or is there something different to apply for private auditions? This is my fault. I'm sorry for not making it clear in the previous video. Private auditions and auditions are the same. It's the company's decision to decide whether or not they're gonna make it a private audition or ask you to come to a public audition. Next up, Janine Bianca asks, hi Kasper, I'm curious though. Do these companies ever get people aged above 20 years old? What if someone auditioned when she was 22 years old? Do you think she still has a chance to ever become a K-pop star? A lot of people think that you can't become a K-pop star if you're over 20. Yes, companies tend to like younger K-pop idol people, trainees, because it means that they have more time to train them. But there are also cases where companies want members that could just fit right into the position to debut really quickly, so that if they're already good at singing and dancing, they wouldn't have to train them for so long, right? Go for it, your age doesn't really matter. Next, Charizard asks, oh, is your name from Pokemon? Is that wordplay? Oh, that's funny. Okay, I was just wondering, are these public auditions open to people who don't know much Korean? I actually would recommend public auditions for people who are less fluent in Korean because with private auditions, you have a lot more personal talking to do with these company people. Like they ask you a lot more personal questions and stuff like that. But in public auditions, a lot of the stuff they ask you to do are self-explanatory. You can just kind of go with the flow. However, like I said before, you do need to prepare a Korean song. So you can't just go in and be like, I don't speak Korean, so I can't sing in Korean. Keep that in mind. Ariana Lopez asks, if we were to audition, would it be okay to dance or sing to a song not produced by the company you're applying to, or is it better to choose one from them? With this question, I don't know what to answer because let's say you go into YG singing a JYP song and you like kill it, like you sing so well. They're not gonna care you sing a JYP song, you know what I mean? So in the end, all that matters is your skills and how well prepared you are. So don't worry too much about this. Just sing a song that you feel most confident in. Chris Beth Fernandez Garma asks, who is going to take care of us before and after, like the formalities and living expenses like food, house, etc. It seems like a lot of the answers I'm giving are like, it depends, but it really depends. So if they feel like you're an okay trainee, they just kind of want to test you out, they might not provide everything for you. They might be like, you know what, if you want to come and train at our company, you're gonna have to figure all those living expenses out yourself. But if they feel like, you know what, this kid is like meant to be in this group, we're preparing to debut next year, they're gonna be like, come in, we're gonna pay for everything, your expensive flights, lessons, food, everything, housing expenses. Most of the time, especially if you're from overseas, like if they're gonna ask you to come from overseas, they're not gonna ask you to, pay for your own living costs. Personally, I would recommend that if they do ask you to come figure out your own living expenses, you think about it a lot because it's a big move and it's a big decision because the company doesn't have responsibilities to take care of you, you know what I mean? Next, Jasmine Fox asks, thanks for always giving us information, Kasper. I was wondering, do you have any advice for getting into work as a backup dancer? The thing about backup dancers is that the companies hire a choreography team to set up a choreography or dance for their song. And the choreography team has a set of dancers for them. So for example, on my team, we worked with Nana School, and Nana School is really famous for doing a lot of dance routines with a lot of different idol groups. They have their own team. So they don't have backup dancers. They have a team that works with all the groups together. So if you want to become a backup dancer of an idol group, I would recommend you join a dance team instead of trying to get hired by the company itself. That way, it's a lot more efficient. Last question. Michelle Castro asks, is there any fee you need to pay for training if you get paid? No. Why would they ask you to pay for something that they invest in to produce to make money? You know what I mean? There are companies that actually do ask you to pay. I can guarantee you that it's huggy, like it's a scam and it's fake. I've actually heard a case where this Chinese person was scammed by a Korean entertainment company for like 1억. They would pay that money because they think their dreams are gonna come true, and then the company just runs away with the money, and that's just insane. There are agencies that actually do link you up with companies and help you audition that require a fee, and those do exist, and those aren't scams, but I don't recommend you go through that process either because it's just better to go directly to the companies themselves. So that's it for this week's Q&A. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next time, I'll be back with more information on K-pop idol fans. If you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below, and I'll be back with more information. See you guys next time. 안녕. 호호호. Bring in like a 증명사진. What is 증명사진 in English? A photograph of yourself, just basically. Something like a passport photo, so you could just attach it to your application after you've signed out the form, which is really similar to the private audition application form.